So on 1.5, day 1, we've already spoken on deriving the distance formula using Pythagorean's theorem. So that's length, the distance between 2 points. We've gone over midpoint. Now we must look at the slope of a line segment. You guys should be pretty familiar with the slope of a line segment. So the slope of a line segment should be, we usually call it m. Remember, in y equals mx plus b, that's our slope. And in which case, this is the change in our vertical, so our vertical change over our horizontal change. And what we noticed when we were going over deriving the distance formula using Pythagorean's theorem, and you can kind of see it here, look at your vertical change. What do we find out our vertical change is? It is y2 minus y1. Okay, so let me write that here. y2 minus y1. What was our horizontal change? You can see this is our horizontal change right here. And we found that that would be expressed using x2 minus x1. So let's write that there. Okay, now that's all we need. Seeing that in this example problem, let's look at these 2 points. Negative 15, comma 8 being our first point, x1, y1. And then our second point, n, is negative 1, comma 12. Oh, this is our second point. Okay. So again, this is just our vertical change over our horizontal change. So if you look, here's our vertical change, the distance between 8 and 12, which can be expressed as y2 minus y1. But we know that distance between 8 and 12 is just 4, right? We could have done 12 minus 8, we know is 4. Now what's our horizontal change? Our horizontal change is x2 minus x1. So here's negative 1. And we're just going to subtract out negative 15. So negative 1, I look at it as the difference between those 2 points. So the distance between those 2 points is 14. Okay. Otherwise, you could have done negative 1 minus negative 15, which is equal to negative 1 plus 15, which you know is 14. So, lastly, we don't really want to look at the slope if it's not in simplest form. So let's reduce this. How can you reduce this? Yes, you could divide the top and bottom by 2, giving you 7/2. So our slope is 2 7/2, 2/7, or 2 over 7. So if you were to map this out, we've already actually kind of seen this in the other videos, but essentially m would be like right here, n would be like here, and we'd notice that we would go up 2 units. In this case, it would actually be 4, and over, we use blue for this. This is our horizontal change, would be 14. If you watch the midpoint video, you would see that we actually had from m to the midpoint would have been up 2 and then over 7. You'd notice the same would be true of this one, up to over 7. So our slope is 2 over 7.